this week's edition of the Pete Mazzetti Show. My guest this evening is Chris Morgan from Valley Shore Community Television. Chris, welcome.
How are you, Pete?
Good, how are you?
Not bad.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
So tell us a little bit about Chris Morgan and what role does he play at Valley Shore Community Television?
Well, Chris Morgan is the public access coordinator here at Valley Shore Community Television.
All right.
I became involved with VSC-TV with Chuck Lewis. He was my teacher at HK.
Mm-hmm.
I was involved with HK-TV, graduated in '09, and then went to Western New England in Springfield.
Okay.
I did some work with CTN up in Hartford, WGBY in Springfield, and now I'm here.
There you go.
So that's the resume.
All right. Very
Not that
brief.
I'm applying for a job with you or anything. You know.
There you go. Hey, but hey,
I like working here. It's great.
You like it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, as far as how did the idea of the station and the studios come about?
Well, this station came about, well, public access has been around here for, I actually don't know when it started in this area.
Right.
Ever since there was cable, because by law, the cable company has to provide public access.
Correct.
Public educational and government access to a cable franchise.
Mm-hmm.
So up until 2 years ago, Comcast ran it out of the back of their building in Clinton.
Correct.
There was, you did your show there.
Right.
You were there a lot more than I was. But Comcast was going to merge it with Old Lyme. They were shrinking and downsizing their involvement with public access and looking for a community-based company or nonprofit like us to take the responsibility and run it for them.
Okay.
I guess that's the right wording for that. So Chuck Lewis led the effort to create VSC-TV, a nonprofit, to keep public access local, to keep it here in Westbrook. We only moved a couple miles down the street from where it was in Clinton.
Correct, yeah.
And here we are almost 2 years later, still here.
Exactly.
So,
And obviously there have been a lot of equipment upgrades from moving from the old place to the new place.
We actually have most of the equipment from the old studio. Some of it was repurposed, some of it was donated, or not donated, but used by some of the schools around here.
Okay, sure.
It's still our equipment, but they've used it to enrich what they do in the classroom. But thanks to a program called PEGpedia, and I cannot for the life of me remember what all those letters in the acronym stand for, but the fund exists through PURA, which is the Public Utilities Regulatory Authority, which used to be called the DPUC, Public Utility Control, and under the Malloy administration was restructured under DEEP, excuse me. So PURA has a program of funding called PEGpedia that will fund public broadcasters like us, public access studios, educational facilities with technology. So we got a grant from them that outfitted the studio with a lot of brand new equipment and paid for a lot of the renovations we made. Because this was actually a clothing store.
It was? The
facility we're in now, yeah.
Really?
This was a clothing store. We're located at the Shops at Water's Edge, right on Route 1 in Westbrook. And there was, I don't remember exactly what it was, but they sold Southern style clothing here. Okay. And it was all one big room, so now we have a little conference room area. We've got some editing stations out when you first walk in. The studio here, and I know we have a camera angle in the control room that we really should take right now so you can see.
I think we should.
There you go. See our crew in the back. Everybody say hi. Every wave, yeah. No, no.
Everybody
okay,
wave and say
there's
hi.
Jason, Kobe, Peyton, and Joe running our brand new equipment. Peyton's kind of ducking, but you get the idea. Everybody says hi. So, yeah, that's all our brand new equipment in the back. It's all digital. As a matter of fact, we are pretty close to ready to transition to HD when the cable company's ready.
Really?
Comcast doesn't quite have the infrastructure in place yet. I don't know when that's going to happen. If in my lifetime, I don't know. There's no indication that that's going to happen anytime soon, but you can't buy SD equipment anymore. So a lot of our stuff is ready to go for HD. Not quite, but we're close.
Now, once the station goes HD, what does that mean for the consumer watching it on
television? Well, it would look better, but don't get your hopes up. I don't know that that's going to happen anytime soon. I haven't been aware of that yet. Okay. But the cameras that you're looking at us through are HD ready, but they're not. You're not watching us in HD. Thank goodness.
Right.
But I don't even want to see that.
No.
I don't want to see me in HD.
No, I don't think I want to see me in HD either.
It scares me.
Jumping off the screen.
Yeah, no.
No, we're okay. Now, tell us a little bit about, is there a board of directors that runs?
Yep. We're a 501c3 nonprofit.
Oh, right.
So we have a board of directors that oversees our organization.
Okay.
The chairman of our board of directors is Ken Butterworth.
Yep.
Who's also part of the Cable Advisory Council. Our executive director is Chuck Lewis, like I said before. And the rest of our board members are Joanne Nesty,
Sure.
Cheryl Chandler, Linda Ricks, and Mark Leopoldino.
Okay.
All very good.
Definitely. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we have a great board of
I was going to say I've met most of them. Now, where do you see as far as the public access, where it is now and where it's going down the road?
Where it is now, I don't know. It's a great question that I fumble with myself from time to time. I don't know. I wonder sometimes if we're at a crossroads on technology, because you see a lot of a shift in the dynamic of people, public access on cable.
Right.
And we're on the Frontier UVerse system and we're on Comcast.
Right.
So if people do away with their cable television and switch towards internet, I don't know what that means for us at this point. I mean, the short answer is it puts us out of business, but I don't know that that's, the end all, what's going to happen. I just don't know. We're definitely at a technological point in time where there's so many different options in what you can do to get television content and video content. In college, in some of my classes, I did some research on what's the future of television.
Okay.
And I honestly, it depends on what the technology is. I mean, I would imagine it's moving towards a computer-driven medium.
Sure.
I mean, we've already seen that with, if you have Comcast or AT&T or Frontier UVerse, you have a cable box at every television. It's no longer an analog signal coming to your house.
Correct.
So you have digital transmission, but you're watching it in analog. So that already is moving towards that computer-driven, information-based transmission is all digital.
Right.
But I don't think video's going anywhere. Video's here to stay.
Definitely.
People watch video online with YouTube, Snapchat, Vine. I mean, there's all kinds of Facebook, all kinds of social media has video all over it.
You just led me into my next question. As far as watching the station, not only watching it on the dial, where else can you go check out programming?
To watch us, well, I don't know if I mentioned the channel numbers. We're on, well, obviously, I'd hope that you found us on Channel 19 on Comcast, if that's what you're watching now.
Exactly.
Channel 99 on Frontier UVerse, and on our website, www.vsctv.com.
Yeah.
Should be on our screen right here.
It should be there, and there it is.
There it is. I made the graphic earlier. I know it exists.
I was going to say.
Yeah. So on our website, you can watch a live web stream of what's currently on cable.
Okay.
24/7, and we run shows all day long.
Right.
Reruns of content that we have. And then the community bulletin board for community-based announcements. You have a upcoming event, church fair or something like, just example, that people can post on our website, vsctv.com. Click on services. There's a Google form on our website you can fill out to submit a message, and it sends it to us, and we'll put it on TV.
I was going to say,
it's got to be nonprofit. It can't be a commercial.
I was going to say, and you don't get 19 lines to display the message or 3 pages.
Yeah, no. It's a brief, more so to get the word out and refer them to another website or for more information. Visit,
Now, what types of programming is done out of the studio?
Well, your show. We have the Pete Mazzetti Show, of course.
Obviously.
Public affairs content. It's really, the possibilities are endless. I mean, public access is part of freedom of speech. So we have a number of different shows. This station, Channel 19, serves as the public and government side of PEG access. Channel 18 on Comcast is the educational wing of that.
Okay.
And the head end of that channel is up at HK High School, but all the schools from the region have access to be able to put content on there. I know at this point in time, Valley and HK do most of it, but all the educational content can go on there. But we're the public and government side, so we have everything from a show like yours, Pete Mazzetti Show, Shoreline Music Monthly brings in local musicians, and they can play all their original music here on TV. Destination Durham is kind of like a magazine-style show for the town of Durham and surrounding community. includes Middlefield too. They're kind of joined by Region 13.
Okay.
Although our signal doesn't get that far, but the things like that, there's the Clinton Methodist Church puts their church service on TV. And there's a bunch of other shows that are bicycled from other towns that,
Okay.
but people have a local sponsor to be able to put it on our station.
I was going to say, can you explain the term bicycling? What does it mean?
When a producer in another town that doesn't produce a show with us or doesn't live or work in the 9 towns that we reach,
Right.
they can find a sponsor from one of the towns that our signal gets to. They can sponsor their show on our station to run it here.
Okay.
So we serve the towns of Durham, Haddam, Killingworth, Clinton, Chester, Deep River, Essex, Old Saybrook, and Westbrook.
Okay.
I don't think I missed any, did I?
I
That's
don't
9.
think, I was going to say, no,
I've
you
gotten
did.
good at that,
Yeah, exactly.
naming off the towns a lot, yeah.
Exactly. Now, as far as, from what I understand, you guys do workshops to teach people how to come in and use all this fun stuff? Tell us
Absolutely. Oh, it's lots of fun. All public access stations do workshops to train volunteers because we don't actually, I'm only a one-man band. I mean, I'm the only person that's here every single day. We have our interns that come in and out. Right now it's Alex doing our floor directing.
Yep.
But we're all volunteer based. So like all the folks you just saw in the control room are all volunteers. They donate their time.
Exactly.
We can take a shot back of there, Jason waving. You can see, yeah, thank you guys for all your hard work back
guys.
there.
You guys are the best back there.
The best crew ever.
Exactly.
And they're all donating their time here to be able to produce your show.
Right.
And lots of people do to produce all the shows we do. I just provide the training and the equipment so volunteers can take it and run with it.
Now tell us a little bit about the training.
So we break down training into 3 different nights. I won't say courses, but 3 different sessions.
Okay.
Studio production, so you learn to use stuff like this to produce a live-to-tape show. Field production, to use our field cameras, go out and shoot a board meeting or Board of Selectmen or something like that, whether it's a parade in the town.
Right.
High school sports was a popular option. And then we do a workshop on digital editing with Adobe Premiere. And that one, you're not going to learn digital editing in 2 hours, but
No?
it kind of, not even close, I wish, but it's, the software that we use is so complicated, and well, I wouldn't say complicated, it's complicated, but it can do so much that you just can't learn it. I don't even know all it can do.
I was going to say, you got to sit down and learn it.
So we just go over the basics,
All
and
right.
it's try to keep it simple in our workshops.
Before
And
we
then
go into
when they have,
I was going to say, before we go into the break, website and phone number and where are we located?
We're located at the Shops at Water's Edge on Route 1.
What's the address?
1587 Boston Post Road, Unit A2,
All right.
Westbrook, Connecticut, 06498. That good enough?
Website.
Website, vsctv.com. You can see it on our screen right now.
We do.
And our phone number is 860-399-1857.
Would you mind sticking around for another segment?
Sure.
We'll be right back.
I work here. I'll be here.
You wouldn't let money just blow out of your house. So when your AC or heater is on, make sure the doors, windows, and fireplace flue are shut tight. If you're headed out, turn down the AC or lower the heat by 10 degrees. And always keep your water heater set at 120. A little bit of common sense goes a long way. Get more great tips at energysaver.gov.
And welcome back to this week's edition of the Pete Mazzetti Show. I'm sitting here with Chris Morgan from VSC TV. Chris, welcome back.
Thank you, Pete.
Thanks for sticking around.
No problem.
So we started talking the first segment about the workshops that you guys offer. I was wondering if maybe we can get into a little bit of meat and details about each workshop and what's
Each
covered.
workshop? Well, the studio workshops, you're going to learn to use the studio cameras, which
Right.
we can't show you because they're taping us right now.
Exactly.
But they're not that terribly complicated for the user the volunteer to operate.
Right.
The zoom, focus, move the camera around, figure out how it all works. Manual focus, so they got to figure out how to do that. And we'll teach them to do that. In the control room, they'll learn the video switcher,
Okay.
audio mixer, mix all the sound from our microphones,
Yeah.
and our video playback system, which is acting up during this taping. But
Yeah, that's okay.
we'll figure it out.
We'll fit right.
And then all the lights and how everything works in the studio. So in
Now-
field production,
Go
our
ahead.
field cameras
Yeah.
are they're digital. They record on an SD card. So we're not working with. We still have the old tape cameras from Comcast, but we don't typically use them as often.
No.
They're our backup, more or less. So they're pretty. The field cameras are pretty easy to use
All right.
for volunteers. And then digital editing, like I said, it's just kind of scratching the surface of what Adobe Premiere can do. It's complex.
I was going to say, is Adobe pretty easy to use, or is it complex if you don't know what you're doing?
I have a biased opinion. I mean, I learned Final Cut Pro editing before that, so the transition to Adobe for me personally wasn't drastic, but for someone who's never done it before, I suppose I imagine it can be daunting. But we try to make it as easy as we can, try to explain it, step by step. We don't try to go too in depth in training until they actually, on their first project, when they want to do like specific effects, then we'll go into something like that. And
Right.
there's things I don't know how to do in Adobe.
Really?
There's a lot you can do.
All right. Now, okay, so someone comes, takes the class, pitches their idea to you as far as what type of program that they want.
Yep.
What's next step?
We'll help them plan it out. I mean, it depends on what they're trying to do. If it's something, I want to tape the Board of Selectmen in Westbrook or something like that.
Right.
As long as they have, you don't technically need permission to go tape a public meeting. They're
Correct.
open to the public. But I usually recommend, make them aware you're going to tape it.
Yeah, you don't
Hey,
want to just show
yeah,
up.
don't show up. It's just polite.
Right.
Give them a heads up, you're going to do it. It's a public meeting, they're allowed to. Then they'll take it out and record it. If it's a show like yours, we'll go over like what you need to know to be, go on camera,
Exactly.
what works, what doesn't, things like that.
Now, as far as finding a crew for your show, and technically, how many people does it take to shoot a show?
Well, we designed the studio to work on a minimal staff.
Okay.
So if we could pull off a show with as little amount of people as we could.
Right.
Because with volunteers, you don't know, people's schedules change.
Exactly.
People are working, that's obviously a priority, and I understand that.
Yeah.
It is for me too, of course.
Exactly.
So, we have, typically you could run a show with like 3 or 4 people, depending on how complex your show is. Like
Exactly.
this show, you could run it on 3 or 4.
I'm going to say
If
it's
it's,
probably an easy show.
Yeah, for like Shoreline Music Monthly, we're running multiple cameras, getting a lot more creative shots, because it's music, there's more stuff going on. When
Right.
we're just talking heads, we're not that challenging for the camera crew.
Exactly.
But for that one, we have more camera operators, so it takes a little bit more crew to do that. But and if we do a sports game, a basketball game
That's
or
right,
something
you
like
guys
that,
high school sports.
that takes a larger crew, probably 7 or 8.
And do you guys go out and cover high school sports?
We do with our high school TV club.
Okay.
I run a
Yeah, I was going to say, let's talk about that.
Yeah, we run a program on Tuesday afternoons at 4 o'clock, open to the high school students, grades 9 through 12
Yeah.
in this region. There's 6 public schools that are here. They're not restricted to just that. Those are the schools we've reached out to because they have the most students.
Right.
But they're welcome to come in. We produced a news show. We've done some basketball, baseball coverage. I don't think we did football yet. That was something that we've wanted to do. It just haven't happened yet. We're down on enrollment this year, so we've only got a
Really?
couple of students interested. So always looking for more.
I was going to say, if people want to get involved with the club, how should they?
Visit our website. There's information on the website, vsctv.com. There's a button right on the homepage. It's the High School TV Club flyer.
Okay.
On there is contact information, 860-399-1857. Or there's a contact us form on our website you can fill out, and it'll send me an email with information to inquire about it. Or just come on down on Tuesday afternoons at 4.
I was going to say, one thing we didn't talk about.
What's
what are hours of operation?
Hours of operation are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 11 to 7.
Okay.
Thursday, Friday, 8 to 4. But those are tentative. Because I'm only one person, if we're doing a field shoot,
Right.
like a basketball game or something, I could be out working in the field. So
Right.
the best way is to give me a call if you're not sure. I hate to see somebody come down from Durham or something. I mean, I
Exactly.
don't publish my schedule online. I don't want to know when,
Yeah,
people
exactly.
to know when I'm not here, but it's just,
It's always
give me
set
a
to call
call and
first.
we'll make it work. And if that time doesn't work for you, we're flexible.
Exactly.
So-
No, you guys are pretty good as far as
Yeah, basketball games run late, so
right.
you know.
Exactly.
I work all kinds of hours.
Which is not a bad thing.
No.
No, definitely not. Now, as far as the organization goes, what's the mission statement?
Well, I can't quote it verbatim.
Don't
because
quote it verbatim,
I don't
just-
have it in front of me.
All
I didn't
right.
write it either, so
All right.
I don't know exactly what it says. But we exist to provide a free speech forum for the people in the 9 towns that our signal reaches.
Mm-hmm.
We provide an alternative to commercial media for content that may not otherwise be covered by your national networks or network affiliates, because it's just not economical for them. And that's
Right.
they're in business. They're there to make money. They're a profitable for-profit station. We exist as a community voice. Our mission basically is to bring together people through TV medium.
Okay.
And to provide an outlet for people to communicate upcoming events, community-based news, things like that.
Now, as far as you and I talked on the first segment about is it Pegpedia grant?
The Pegpedia grant, allowed us to make our renovations.
Okay.
That's where we got the funding for all the new cameras, computers, digital editing. I'm not sure if Comcast, the old studio we replaced, had digital editing. I don't know.
I don't think so.
I never used it for anything.
Yeah.
I was there when they were breaking it down, and we were, gathering the old equipment to bring here.
Bringing it over.
But we didn't get any computers from them, so I don't know if they did or not. We have the tape decks on the shelf from what was there.
Exactly.
It's kind of a backup system if ours ever failed. But we have 3 computer stations for people to edit, shoot on digital cards, so it's all digital workflow, no more tapes. So we try to make it very streamlined. It's easy to use.
No more either the big tapes or the mini.
No more mini DVs.
No.
So we have them. We have the cameras from Comcast that are
Yep.
the backup to what we have now. If they're all signed out, we'll sign out a tape camera.
Exactly.
But
Now, as
those
far
use tapes.
I was going to say, as far as the control room goes, that's all state of the art, brand new.
Yeah, as state of the art as it can be.
I was going to say, should we show them again?
Sure.
All right. Where are they?
There they are.
There they are.
Yes. Everybody wave.
Everybody say hi. And
right.
as far as the
Hey, I'm on the preview screen.
hey there you are.
Now it's you.
I was going to say I'm on there too. I was. No, that's all brand new.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you look around the studio, there's a few things that came from the old Comcast studio. They're probably 10 or 15 years old, if I
Yeah.
were to guess. But most of the stuff is brand new.
And if people want more information, they should just call you and go to the website. Pretty much
The best place is the website.
Okay.
It's got all our information on it, our hours, our phone number, address, contact us form for
Schedule.
the community bulletin board, schedule.
Schedule.
So watch shows, links to content online. That's vsctv.com.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you need to know is right there.
There you go. And as far as you can also go online and watch said
Yeah,
shows.
right on that website, right at the top of the page, there's a big red button that says Watch Online.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to link you to it. It's not actually embedded on the page. It's going to open up another tab or window
Yeah.
to bring you to a U.S. education TV system.
Yep.
Because we work with schools. It's a streaming service that we use to output our signal on the web. And we have some on-demand content, but it's limited to what we can host on there.
Okay.
So recent shows will be up there for, I don't know, maybe a month or so until we run out of space. And then the older shows have to go and replace for some of the new,
Exactly.
more up-to-date content. So
And then once the new shows are taped, those get taken off, and then the new shows get updated.
yeah, yep. We don't have infinite space. It's not like YouTube.
Yeah, right.
I know you have your shows on YouTube and some other, Charlie Music does, and a few other ones, but that has nothing to do with us.
Exactly. It's pretty self-explanatory as far as, but
Yep.
all the content's up on the website. Now, as far as workshops go, when do you normally offer them?
We normally offer workshops
a year.
3 or 4 times a year,
Okay.
usually once a quarter.
Okay.
I think we missed the one. We didn't do one in the fall of last year. That we got kind of caught up in the holiday season and decided to do it slightly after. We did it in January instead.
And the snow.
In the snow.
All right.
Yeah, which probably made it harder because we had a rough winter, but it was like
know.
late this year. So I mean, it was very low attendance on that one, probably because of all the snow.
Trust me, I remember the winter
yeah,
because
it was cold.
I normally tape on Mondays.
That's right, and you got hit by a lot of snowstorms.
And I get
on
hit by a
Mondays.
lot of snowstorms.
Yeah, so we usually run it like 3 or 4 times a year, and we'll post them on our website when we do just open training. But the beauty of what we do here is, you know, if training is the only thing holding you back from you, if you have an idea to do a show, you have something that you're interested in doing, you don't have to wait for a training session. Just give me a call or send me an email on that contact us form on our website, and we'll set up a time to train you.
Exactly.
'Cause we don't want training to be like the roadblock
Now,
to you producing the show that you want to do.
now let's take my show for example.
Yep.
Start to finish, how long would it take you to train somebody?
To train somebody to do this?
To do something like this.
If it was a completely novice crew that had never seen a TV studio before,
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. It depends. It depends how fast people
How
adapt
fast
to and pick up on it. I mean, some people learn faster than others. It's
Exactly.
just we're human.
And look at my crew.
You have a great crew.
I do.
Yep.
They're pretty astute, pretty
Oh, yes.
knowledgeable.
Oh yeah. Well, and the other thing is, we have a lot of great student volunteers that do this in school.
Right.
I mean, everybody in that control room right there with either HKTV or Valley TV.
Exactly.
And here they are volunteering here. Actually, same thing with the camera crew out
I'm
here
gonna say my crew out my
with
floor
Alex
crew.
and Ryan. So we've been very lucky to have some great student volunteers and alumni volunteers.
That's right.
So
That's right. Like you.
we've got some great programs around here.
We do. And like you said, most of the programs are brought in from other sources.
We have some, yeah.
Okay.
Not all the stuff you see on our stations produced here.
Okay.
Some of it's, we've got shows from East Lyme, New London, Madison, Middletown. I can't think of any others off the top of my head. North Haven.
Yep.
There's a show from CCSU. I think that's it.
All right. Well, we're about to say goodnight. So, Chris Morgan, I want to thank you for coming down, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
All right.
Anytime.
On behalf of Chris, I'm Peter. Thanks, good night, and we'll see you next week.